Well, you may be able to hear it's absolutely lashing it down. I'm camped out in the Polytunnel waiting for the rain to ease up so I can get back up the house. I'm making a quilt. I never make quilts in summer. Summer's for gardening, but not this August. And this is actually 8 weeks since I first finished my new Polytunnel. Let's have a tour. There's not a lot happening, and unfortunately my butternut squash didn't pollinate. Let's have a look. Very sadly, the butternut squash doesn't look like it's pollinated. It's got that telltale yellow and clearly going rotten on the end. What a shame. It's non-stop rain, but what I will say for it is it's incredibly green and lush looking. But absolutely no incentive to get out into the garden to do any jobs. The rowan's looking beautiful, as are the firecrackers. It might be wishful thinking, but I might just have had a couple of melons set. So these are the Collective Women's Farm. And they don't normally get this big before they go yellow. I'm not sure. We'll have to wait and see. I've picked a few sun gold. Most of the tomatoes are stubbornly still green. The calendula looking absolutely beautiful. I pruned this tomato a little bit just to be able to get in and see, but prior to a couple of days ago I hadn't pruned or trimmed it at all. And it's absolutely full of fruit. But here's the interesting thing. They're all really small. These are some of the blue fire. And they are changing colour quite rapidly, although it looks like I've got one splitting down here. The blue fires on prune versions of the tomato are much bigger than these. So that tells me you get more tomatoes if you don't prune, but they're going to be a lot smaller. This patty pan's gone very light coloured. It's produced so many fruit, but I think it's worn itself out. I've tried to feed it, but it's not picking up very quickly. Well, do you remember I shared Ali's tip about pruning all the male flowers? And finally, I've got courgettes coming. They appeared a couple of days after pruning off the flowers. But it might be a case of serve me right, because absolutely no sign of any male flowers. I'll keep you posted. The cayenne is beginning to ripen. I shared with you I was harvesting a lot of the green peppers to give the other smaller peppers a chance to grow, and that seems to have worked really well. Getting lots more big peppers. That's variety Bellboy. So those are some of the sun gold, almost ready to pick. They're a bit smaller than the ones in the greenhouse, but remember these were very sorry looking plants when they went in just 8 weeks ago. We've got a few more down there now. Maybe I mislabelled that because I thought that was Gardener's Delight, but that's looking very much like a sun gold. Yeah, this one's Gardener's Delight. You see we've got some Paris picklers coming through. Those have been quite slow, but they did this last season and it was actually late summer and they just started to produce like the clappers. We've had some caterpillar activity on the purple sprouting broccoli. I've been just kind of checking and removing the caterpillars for now. I've just kind of been checking them and trying to remove the caterpillars when I see them. That's a KB sweet pepper, doing really nicely. And there we have, nestled under the tomatoes, a few jalapenos. I'm really pleased to be growing them. I haven't grown them for a few years. You can see it splashing away on the top there. I'm counting my blessings. I've got peppers, the tomatoes are coming through, and apparently the weather's going to pick up at the weekend. So here's hoping. Take care.